I'm unboxing my dress that I ordered online because I don't in-person shop as a plus size person. I think the majority of us don't in-person shop because the majority of stores that are in person don't carry our sizes. I actually even online was having a very hard time finding a dress. Oh my God, it's like more burgundy than I thought. Ooh, that's amazing. So pretty. Okay, this is what an ingenue in a movie in the 1940s would be wearing. It's very tight. I don't love that for me. Oh my God, am I ripping it? Okay, it's just unzipping, which is also not ideal. A little disappointing how tight it is around my waist. Don't really know what I can do about it. Probably buying a corset will help, or I need to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Growing up, I had problems with eating and self-acceptance. It became more of an issue when I had multiple men that I was dating make me feel really genuinely bad about myself, and it starts to take over. I abused my food, I abused laxatives, I was very unhealthy with the way that I was working out, I was starving myself. Anytime I was thinner, I still wasn't thin enough. I just hated the way I looked. I hated myself.
Ashley was feeling less of a person, so we had to nip that in the bud. We worked on her perception of who she is. And that weight does not define you.
Having those conversations with a daughter who, who was a little different. She always went about it in such a loving way. It was never about me being less of a person. She was always concerned about me being healthy and living my life. Instead of saying, you're fat and that's not acceptable. That was never anything that she would say to me. All of my life growing up, she instilled, you have to love yourself, and that's what pulled me out from that. Once I started to just show my body the respect it deserves, to treat it with more kindness and with more healthy decisions and stuff like that, my life absolutely got better. I started seeing, eating, working out and stuff like that as more of something to do to take care of your body. It doesn't always have to be like a punishment, and that's how I would kind of treat my body. Our white chocolate mousse is my jam, and I know what you might be thinking, white chocolate mousse, ugh, but it doesn't taste like white chocolate mousse. It's just like a vanilla mousse, and it's delicious. I just want to stick my face in it. And then I just one day saw a cake and was like, oh, cakes make people happy. I like making people happy.
Beautiful.
So I started nonstop just baking cakes, and then I got accepted to culinary school. It just all kind of fell into place, and honestly, if it wasn't for food, it wouldn't have led me to the most amazing thing to ever happen to me.
I met Ash at the Shulu in 2015. Changed it right before.
I was a pastry cook and he was a bartender. The best kind of guy, if you ask me. You gonna make me a drink, bartender?
My first impression, honestly, was holy shit.
I'd seen her and tracked her like this, and my friend
My friend was like, bro, you're gonna break your neck.
He came to talk to me. The first thing that he said about me was that I was beautiful. I realized that he is different than maybe other people that I had dated in the past because of just the general way that he treated me. Growing up with hardships and stuff like that, growing up fat, growing up with a stutter, I think it makes a person better or stronger. It makes them more kind. And I think that's like entirely true with Rob. I get a little emotional when I talk about him. So this place was such a stepping stone for us and our relationship. Like, I grew so much here. And
She struggled for years. It's hard to convince someone who's struggling with their perception of themselves, and you only see them in one way, which is flawless.
Rob and I got married in October, which I guess is like 6 months ago now, newlyweds. Look at that rock.
There was a lesson learned. You can't fall in love and have a relationship with somebody like they have unless you love yourself first.
So I leave the 19th. That is a Friday night.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Seattle to compete in the burlesque competition. You haven't really come to like any of my burlesque stuff because you're afraid.
Yes, I'm afraid.
But how would you feel if I could like get a video of my performance if I sent it to you?
So here's my question.
Yes.
How risque are you going to be?
This is the thing, Mom, is that I don't believe that what I do is really risque.
But do you become all the way nude?
I wear pasties and I wear like a bottom.
Like a bikini?
Yes, like a bikini, but it's rhinestone.
Now, not a thong,
Well,
a bikini bottom.
this is the thing.
There's a difference.
Well, I wear thong bikinis, so let me also just say that, like.
Wait a minute. A thong is a thong. A bikini bottom is a bikini.
No, they make thong
they have
bikinis
thong
now.
bikinis.
But do you have to wear pasties? Why can't you wear a
Yeah,
little?
because the pasties are beautiful, and the other art of burlesque is like being able to twirl your pasties. So you got to.
Oh my gosh. Does the audience yell nasty
No.
things to you? So there aren't like perverts yelling sick stuff. Okay.
I don't have a problem with strippers. I don't think they're bad people. I don't undervalue them. However, if my daughter became a stripper, I would be disappointed. What? What? You think I want my daughter to be a stripper? You think I'm putting all this money into her education?
So you wouldn't love her anyway?
I didn't say I wouldn't love her. I'd be disappointed.
Coming from someone who went through that with her own mother that is sitting here at this table, it made me feel very ostracized. It made me feel like I really was not a part of you guys. You're actually pushing your child out even more by feeling disappointed about it, when you could just be like, you know what? You like this, and guess what? I'm actually damn good at it, honestly. Like, this competition, I could win a whole title. It sets so many other women free. It sets so many other, even guys free who have body dysmorphia and body issues and stuff like that.
I do love that, the fact that it gave you bodily acceptance and that you
Yeah.
feel good about who you are
No
and
matter
how
what
you
way.
look and how you feel in your own body. I do
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I have to admit, as your mother, I've always wanted you to vibrate higher because you're multi-talented. You're beautiful, you're highly intelligent, you're multi-talented, and it has been disappointing for me to see you on social media in extremely risque poses. It hurts me. I'm like, my daughter is so much more than that.
Really deep down, one of my favorite things about my life right now and what has made me lose so much anxiety is that I get to live as me every single day. No matter what anybody thinks, I get to live as myself.
This is a journey for me. It is.
I know.
Because,
It's
you know,
okay.
I was raised Baptist-costal, you know what I'm saying?
It just because
It's just a journey.
I shake my ass on the internet doesn't mean I'm a bad person.
You're not a bad person. I know that.
So you did a good job.
You're just
You
a
raised
little
a
wild.
good person.
You're just a little wild.
Yeah. That's okay.
This conversation has been all over the place. I don't know how to feel.
You should feel good.
I'm digesting the food and the conversation.
A lot of this conversation about weight stigma takes place on social media, in podcasts, in popular media discussions. Bringing these discussions sort of off of social media platforms and into the classroom where you have future providers. For me, this is where we're going to make the most difference. And so I'm going to be doing a presentation at the University of Pennsylvania School of Nursing on anti-fat bias in healthcare. My father, he was the chief medical officer at the hospital of the University of Pennsylvania, where he spent something like 27 years. I would go to meetings with him, or we would go to the pathology lab and look at slides. Those are definitely happy memories, for sure. He was also really passionate about equity within healthcare and people's access to healthcare. When I was 24, I applied to the second degree program at the University of Pennsylvania. I got accepted in February 2009, and my dad died in April. It's nice to have him memorialized here, but it's also so hard too, I guess. The quote on there is a quote he always had in his office. It reads, "I shall pass this way but once. Any good therefore that I can do, or any kindness that I can show, let me not defer nor neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again." I think that's just who he was. It is important to me to try and maintain his legacy of activism and kindness. I'm probably much louder about it than he was, but also we're in a different generation. But that's important to me. It feels really special to be able to go back and have a conversation with students who are sitting in the same classrooms that I sat in, and to sort of be able to say, like, I got a really great education here and I felt really well prepared, but here's where we can be better. If one student goes on to practice and makes their patients feel, wow, this person cares about me, listened to my needs, heard what I was saying, then I'm happy with that small revolution.
Fat women, fat people, we don't deserve to be the prince or the princess. We don't get the love story. But that's not true. Fat people falling in love is mundane. No one else loves me for every single bit of me more than my husband, John. So why don't we see it? Why is this industry telling me that I can't be it when I am literally living it?
Okay, set piece. Okay. Ideal world, it's a thing I can roll out, so it has to be on wheels, but I wanted to say the fat ingenue, and lights around the words.
Around the words? Fat Ingenue is such an inspiration from our love and how loved I feel.
Like that. So 2 brains are better than 1.
John is very grounded and very methodical about things, and I'm just waving in the sea, feeling all the emotions, going with the ebb and flow of the energy, and he pulls me back down to earth, where he tries. He's also incredibly creative. He's a chef. He's incredibly handy.
I'm her handyman, and you know, I have her back, so whatever she needs, I gotta do, you know. I'm the Puerto Rican MacGyver.
Yeah, yes, you are the Puerto Rican MacGyver.
Seeing her perform, it brings joy. It brings happiness because I know all the sacrifices that she made.
Sometimes people just don't understand what you're doing. And I get into a very bad habit of needing validation of all the choices that I make creatively or otherwise from other people.
Sometimes when she'll come back from like an audition, I can see it in her face, like she's crushed. Sad to say, they have an image what they're looking for and she doesn't fit into it. You're gonna get the haters, you're gonna get whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? F them, you know what I think. And just focus on who you could touch.
The people that get it.
The people who get it and get the message, and the people that's willing to change and listen to the message to change.
Right.
That's what we're about.
My merely saying like, hi, my fat body is enough, that makes people angry because people hate fat people that much. This could be a huge flop and I get hate every single day for talking about what I talk about and people are bullying me and visceral at me.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
No.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me 1, 2 slip right hand. Good.
Wow.
Give me 8. 2. Beautiful.
See how focused Elle is? Yeah. That's how focused you have to be when you do gymnastics or boxing or whatever you want to do. You got to be focused.
I met Elle at a gig. I was the dancer and they were the DJ at the gig.
As I'm DJing, I see her and I'm just like, wow, you know.
I saw them in the DJ booth and I was like, oh, cute person in the DJ booth. But I just kept walking. It's always cute people in the DJ booth.
I just walked off the podium. I just grabbed her hand and we just started dancing.
And all of a sudden just takes my hand and in the most platonic way starts dancing with me. And mind you, I'm dancing real like sexy and just turns me around and is like dancing with me like this. And I'm like, who is this person that just had the balls to come up with to me and start dancing with me? And from there, we just could not stay away from each other.
Queen is very, she's an honorable woman. She's like an advocate for LGBT rights and body positivity, but she actually lives that outside of what the world sees. She lives all of these things.
I saw that they boxed. I thought that was very cool. And it's wonderful that what Elle loves is also very intertwined with what I do. Like their love is DJing and music. So our passions, beyond our love for each other, our passions love each other too. So it's just a really, really good mix.
And there he goes, throwing rocks.
My son, Kingston, is my son. And then Elle is really like a step parent and a wonderful parent to my son. Kingston and Elle are like frickin' Prague. Like,
no.
That's dog, that's horse.
What?
It's horse poop.
Dog, that's horse poop.
Horse poop.
I mean, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way.
It's gone.
No, it's the residual is still there.
Come here. Walk right here next to us.
And don't touch anything.
No,
I'm not holding that horse doo-doo hand. No.
I'm hoping that we are gonna get married at some point.
That he's alive.
That is my twin flame, for sure.
Yo, you drive me nuts.
That's my twin flame.
I mean, no girl is ever comfortable with her body, but I didn't know that it went to that extreme. And what makes me the happiest is that she overcame it.
That looks good.
I felt like I helped her realize that her life is more important than being perfect. I wanted to raise my daughter to be better than me. I knew I had issues. I needed to be somebody different, be somebody perfect, to be accepted. Now, I didn't love myself. It took till I was my late 30s, early 40s. And it's still a struggle on a daily basis. But I was, I was raised that way. So I didn't want that for my child. And I broke the cycle. I always say she's my greatest accomplishment.
That's what my mom wanted for my life. She wanted me to find somebody who loves me for me. Wow. Are you a professional? But there's definitely a sadness with the fact that there's just not that duo that there was before, because I was constantly under her roof and we were just there for each other. Growing up, it was just me and my mom, like against the world. And then, of course, when I started my life with Rob, that dynamic with my mom, took a backseat a little bit. She's by herself a lot, which isn't a bad thing. I just think that sometimes the silence kind of gets to people, and I think they notice what's amiss.
I don't know where I'm at. I'm 3 marriages, and I out. And I don't think I've ever been loved for who I truly am, because everybody puts me on this, which I probably display quite well, instead of feeling me for exactly who I am. I think Ashley's at a different level in her life than where I am. And it's okay. She's happy. She's healthy. She's loved. And I did a good job.
For the ingenue, love and acceptance are a guarantee, despite any character flaws or underwriting. The fat ingenue has to be more. It's not a diet, or a health plan, or a lifestyle change. When I listen to my body, it wants a wide range. My body is not a mistake. Just let me eat some cake. If I skip lunch or eat an apple, it's not an effort to be thin. Everybody has a say in what I put in my gut. I'm just thinking, now you're healthier. Please just shut